Good morning. Well, it's pretty much almost afternoon, but I'm still in morning mode. Before Sarai gets home today, I'm just enjoying the last of the quiet and the just getting to do what I want to do. So yesterday I started posting the purges on YouTube in efforts of moving forward, of taking the next step. It's my Sparta year, right? Like balls to the wall. No hold bars. Keep moving forward. Take action. So I posted day 1 and day 2. And I spoke to my friend who does TikTok and makes like decent money on TikTok about how she got started and where should I start. And she's like, well, you got to get the followers first. And I was like, all right. So I got to make some posts. I got to get it going. Like, this is part of what I'm committed to doing this year. Like, let's go. So as soon as I hang up with her, I started thinking about like, all right, well, is the purges what I'm going to post? Like, is that what my posts are going to be about? And I was like, yeah, for sure. That's what we're committed to doing. That's what we're doing. Then the Kriya started and I'm doing my Kriya. And today we're talking about core values. And I'm like, all right, what are my core values? And the question she asked, she says she got from Michael Singer. Let me see if I remember it correctly. Like, what truths do I have that are self-evident? And then fill in the blank, right? And I'm like, all right, what are my core values? And I don't know. She said have 3 minimum 3, maximum 6 to 7. I'm like, okay, I can do this. What are my core values? And I worked on this when I had a little coaching business that never really took off with my friend from my landmark days. And we did a lot of systems setup and never actually quite like pulled the trigger on coaching. Just we spent a lot of time in systems, which is awesome now because now I get to refer back to systems building, right? And like, okay, so we had core values. It was like tenacious, but they were like one word core values. Anyways, and a lot of those I'm like, yeah, those are still core values for me. But mommy, Onami was like, don't just use words, make like a whole sentence. So I'm like, okay, how do I write this out? Anyways, I was thinking about what I was going to post and thinking about my core values. And then I just got stuck. Because I've shared a lot of things on here with you guys that I'm like, how is this going to land if the people that I've mentioned, not that I've mentioned a lot of people by name other than like teachers, right? But like things that I've shared about my family. And like, is it going to hurt their feelings? Are they going to be upset? And I'm like, am I willing to receive that? Like, am I willing? Is that the right thing to do? Are there legalities behind it, right? Like, is somebody going to try to sue me? Or like, I just don't know what it's going to create. And I have like a knot in my stomach. Because I'm like, is this what I'm going to do? And it's so funny too, because just yesterday, I mean, I love the flow of my life and how all the dots connect always. And it's just a matter of time before the next revelation. And yesterday I was talking about, with a friend, I was talking about, in one of our group sessions, because we were in the same coaching container, they asked like, well, what's your gift? Like, what do you bring and to the world? And I'm like, oh, I'm a pioneer. Like, I didn't even stop. It wasn't even a thought. It was like, oh, I'm a pioneer. Like, I go first. I'll go first. I'm willing to go first. And in going first, and it matches up with my human design, right? Like, I'm the role model martyr, right? Like, when I'm in the not self, I'm the martyr. Oh, why me? Why do I have to go first? And then when I'm in empowerment, it's a role modeling. My whole birth chart is about that, right? So I'm like, am I really gonna go first? Like, am I really gonna... Now, I don't watch a lot of vlogging videos, which I think is gonna be the next part of my research, is like, what are people talking about? What are people doing? I'm gonna get on TikTok and scroll on the lives and type in certain keywords to see, like, do people share as intimately as I'm sharing? Is that a thing? Like, because most of the people that I watch or see, like, they talk about what their subject matter is. They don't talk about themselves. And I'm always left wondering, well, who are they really? And then, or influencers, like, who are you behind the scenes? Who are you when the camera's off? Who are you when you're not playing your character? And I was just talking to my daughter's father, and he said how he would do it is he would separate it by, like, that's a character, and he had a name for his character, and he's like, and this is me. Like, it's not the same person. And then I remembered when we first started dating, he said that, because I was listening to his podcast, and I was like, he said some stuff that I was like, what's that about? And he was like, oh, that's the character, that's not me. I don't want to be a character. That's part of my core values, right? Is like, no, this is me. I'm like a real human being with real fucking fucked up things about me, and with real fucking beautiful things about me, right? Like, I'm all of it. I've had, like, really hard times, and I've had the most magical life. Like, I don't want to be a character. I know that undoes the knot inside me, right? Like, all of a sudden I feel like I could breathe a little deeper, and it's like, that's a core value. What is that? Authenticity, willing to be seen. And I want to hide. I'm like, maybe I don't really want to do this. Maybe I really don't want to go there. I don't want the repercussions of what I'm sharing in my own work, in my own, like, hey guys, like, you're not alone in this. You know how many people I speak to that are, like, trapped in their own pains and hurts because they feel alone in it. And I'm like, hey, me too. Like, it's me too. You're not alone. And look, here's my story. I'll show you my heart. I'll show you my cut. I'll show you where I'm wounded and where I'm bleeding still. You don't have to be alone. I always think of the movie What Dreams May Come. I think that's the name of it. Robin Williams and his wife, and their kids die in a crash. And I watched the movie after I was in the crash. And the wife can't shake it, and she kills herself, and she's in hell. And he goes down and he gets her. And when he goes down, like, his son and his daughter, they help him. And I knew from the moment I watched that movie, I was like, me, I'll go with you. You gotta walk through hell? Sister, I've been there. I'll go with you. Brother, don't worry. It's okay. I'll go with you. Like I was saying in yesterday's, it's like, I have an ability to see the light, even in the darkest moments. And I will crack a jokey joke on the way to hell. Like, I will, believe me. I'll have some dumb shit to say to be like, yo, this shit is not that serious. You know, I was watching this YouTuber last night, and she does, like, tarot readings, but she gets so, like, involved in the story and emotional, and, like, about being attacked and the energies and this, and it's like, homie, it's not that serious. It's not that serious. Like, I wanted to hold her hand and be like, mama, it's like, it's really not that serious. This is all made up, right? Like, we are molecules, and nothing's real, and everything is real, and the divine paradox, like, don't get lost in it. right? Like, and I'm stuck. And right now I'm gonna sit here and stuck and not try to change it or move it. And I know I'll get the nudge when it's time. I've asked God a few times and I just hear silence. Like there's nothing. Is this a free will moment? Like I'm not telling you what to do. You like forge your own path. Like I don't know. I need the guidance. I'm not sure. But I just heard jump Judy. And you know, maybe it's just a jump Judy moment. You guys ever play spades? I grew up playing spades. Nowadays, nobody plays spades, but I used to play with spades. And when you're taking a leap, you know, and my partner, there was one of my friends that was my favorite partner because we read each other's like facial twitches, eye movements, like little things. I could read her. So it was like, jump, Judy, when it was time to make that jump to win the game. And we won often, right? So maybe it's just a jump, Judy moment. I'm going to sit in the pause for a minute. We were talking about that yesterday too, the pause. I believe they also call it the liminal moments, the spaces in between. So I'm going to sit there for a minute. Alrighty, Purge. Thanks for listening.